Death sentence versus Zachcray. Okay, right here, he gets the back. He already has a choke in. The biggest thing is Death's got to realize when he's actually able, he gets to choke in, and he doesn't. Okay, let's go back. So he throws his glove. I was happy because it was going to give him an opportunity to catch his breath. Zachcray realized that Death can't hit that hard, and now we got our man Death just absolutely exhausted. Our man Death right here, we gotta get some, he's got to get some cardio in, man. He's got to start running. He's got to start lifting, doing the strength conditioning program we got him all set up for. He's got to do it because this will happen every single time. What is going on, boys? Welcome back to the channel, and we have another breakdown for you. I was there live for this one. Death sentence versus Zachcray. So now, if you guys haven't watched it yet, go back and watch the training arc part 2 with Death sentence and myself and Wing C. So I'm gonna break this down. Death did a lot of things right in this fight, and then obviously he did a couple things that were wrong. So we're gonna go over it. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you like, subscribe, and also hit the bell to know when we go live. Now let's take a look at the stats. Now, this is one of the reasons why I think it'll be good if Death, took, me and the producer were talking like maybe he should start doing some boxing classes as well. Because with 5'11" and the wingspan of 78 versus 66, huge W right there off the rip, right? And he has more experience, so he's seen more combat than, Zachcray in the street peak yard. So, but right here, if he had good footwork and some good jabs, it would have been a no-brainer. But Zachcray could take a fucking shot. I'm not gonna lie, he could take a shot. So, let's go ahead and get right to the breakdown of this fight. There you go. And they flip each other off. There we go. Okay, right here. He gets the back of Zachcray. Climbs it. Okay. Right here. Now, he did everything correct here, right? He pushes the nose. He pushes, we're going to play out and then we'll go back, okay? We're going to play out, then we'll go back. Okay, he's locking it up. Okay, now we're gonna go back and break down what went right and what went wrong, okay? So Death is on the back. He gets it. I'm gonna get a little closer right here. Okay. What? Yeah. Gets up. He already has a choke in. He's trying, he doesn't, so the biggest thing is Death's got to realize when he's actually able, he gets to choke in, and he doesn't. Right now, he has to choke in. He's underneath Zachcray's neck right now, right? But he doesn't realize he isn't. And also, the chin is right here. We worked this. If you guys watch the Mighty Journey training arc, his chin's right here. We want his chin right here. That way, all Death has to do is here. His chin's right here. So he can't squeeze it there. He can't, squeeze. With the chin here, so when I go like this, you see how that motion, if the egg was here, that motion gets closed by me just going like this. Then I lock it up and I squeeze there. So we want to get that chin right here. So you see Death doing everything we worked on, pushing the nose to the side and get ready to squeeze. But Zachcray does a good job. His hand's right here, so he's fighting the top hand, but he just got to do better about squeezing that, pushing that over and then locking it in. But we're going to continue. Okay. He's not really pushing that. And then one thing Death also didn't realize is that his hand's here. So you saw Death try to reach. You saw Death reach for this bicep to squeeze right here. Watch this. Here it comes. Look, his hands are open. He's looking for the bicep to squeeze. Right? He's still trying to grab. It's not there. Right? Death's arm needs to be right here. So he can grab his bicep, but he's going like this, reaching for air. Right? He just doesn't know where he is right now when it comes to that. Still reaching for it. Right? And now Zachcray's face, his chin is turned this way. So no matter what, he's out of the choke. Right? Good one hook in. He's got the other hook. This has been very popular lately, especially for people who've been a lot longer. If you do jiu-jitsu, you get your forward, then you bring your leg out and you go to the other side. That way you can rotate around it very easily. Okay. Right here. This is it. This is fucking curtains right here, boys. This is curtains. Look at this face. The face. This is it. Death should have had this in. He should have had it. He's under the chin. He's just got to lock it up. You see Zachray's hand fighting. This is it right here. This would have been game over. Death would have went 2 and 4. Right? But see, look. We'll go back. Look where he grabs. He grabs the wrong area. Right? Once again, this falls down on Death to realize when he's under the neck and when he's not. Right? Look at this. He's under. Look at his tongue. Oh, that's his hand, right? He's under the neck. Right? So let's go back. He's going. He's going. He's going. Right? All Death has to do now is grab this bicep, put this behind his head. He'll go this way behind his head, and he's good. It's the end of the day. Then Death would have to squeeze extremely hard, which he kind of gasses out. But he's working. This choke is in. I would like for the chin to be lined up with this, right? So he's got a little bit more, you know, a couple inches to work with. But he's already in. He's going to have to squeeze. He's going to have to. You can't squeeze like this. He's going to have to pull. But when you pull, you're not choking him out. You're just choking the Adam's apple. So anybody who can, like, actually not give up, they're not going to get choked out. And I think Zachcray is the guy who will probably pass out instead of get choked out. But you can't make him pass out if you don't have the blood. The blood's still going to go through to the brain on the side. All right, let's continue. Right? He has it right there. He has it. Mouthpiece falls out. Oh, and Death was about to squeeze it in right there. Right? Right there. Now Death makes the right transition. He makes the right transition, which is the hand behind the head. And this is also a thing that Death dropped the ball on as well. Is that if you grapple, you do enough rounds. When somebody does this, you see Michael Chandler versus Charles Oliver. Happens all the time, right? Zachcray does this. Death lets go. He lets go of the choke, right? If he would have stayed on the back and put his back on the ground, yes, there's a potential chance of him getting knocked out, but he would have to choke, and then he would have had his back on the ground. But what does he do? He lets go of the choke. Almost damn near kills Michael, the producer, and he lets go. Falls in side control. Okay. Now Death needs to realize these punches are going to help him. He needs to frame, shrimp, get his guard back, which he ends up doing. But everything he's doing is expending energy. Right here. Look. Looks. He frames. Okay. Now. Okay, let's go back. I was happy he did. I'm happy this happened. But look at the fucking glove come back. Okay. So he throws his glove. He throws his glove. I was happy because it was going to give him an opportunity to catch his breath. So he throws his glove. Zachcray doesn't even fucking bat an eye. But I was telling him, relax, relax. He's back. Okay, that was a good jab. They're exchanging. Okay, going back and forth. Okay, so what Zachray's doing right now, Zachcray realized that Death can't hit that hard. Look at Death. We have to be proud that he has a stance. You know, his knees. He's got a stance now. Hands are here, you know. Same as Zach, right? But Zach is doing a good job of in and out. So what's available is a leg kick, right? If he kicks Zach's legs, his legs can't move back and forth. But Zachcray did a good job of going in, out, in, out, in, out. There's the void, right? So let's continue. Zach gets hit. And this is another thing. This is why mouthpieces are important, because look how this right here is it's very restrictive. He can't do that because he's biting down on a mouthpiece that's not his. It's probably not even molded to his teeth. So he's like this the whole time. not very conducive to making sure you're to have your breathing not be disrupted. But he has this big giant fucking cork in his mouth. Okay, let's continue. All right, here. He's getting tired. This is my right here. Fucking Zachary. All right. Right here. And this is what I was worried about, is that if you guys, like I said, go back and watch Training Arc part 2. I said, what if you hit Zachary with your best shot and he's able to eat it? And that's what Zachary did in this fight. He ate his best shot, right? And now we got our man Death just absolutely exhausted, which I knew this was going to happen if they would have stayed on the feet. Okay, let's continue. Like, Zachary, he's hilarious. He's like, go ahead, take your time. Take your time. Like, he's a good showsman. Like, he's very good about playing into the act of what's going on, and it enrages Death, and then Death just doesn't take time to breathe and get his energy back and then go at it. He gets pissed and goes at him again. Misses that. Misses that. All right. Misses again. Push kick misses. Misses that. And this is where me and the producers were talking that he needs to spend more time doing stand-up. He does a lot of grappling. We need some stand-up sparring because, you know, he shouldn't be getting tired when there is a couple of exchanges there, but that's where the running, the swimming, all the extra conditioning is going to play a factor, and him also just getting more rounds of sparring where he won't gas out. Because even when me and him spar, he gasses out and I don't even hit him. So I think this will benefit him if he starts doing a lot more sparring rounds in the gym, at a kickboxing gym. Good. But, you know, Zachary does a good job of, look, okay, Death hits his back. Death hits another. Death hit. Zachary blocks that. Okay. Death swinging. Zachary turns away. Zachary eats that one. So Zachary ate some shots, but he does a good job of turning his body so he's not hitting the full, he's not getting the full weight of the punch. And then Death asks for him to respond. Zachary comes in. Comes in with the right hand. That one kind of hits the noggin of Death. The hook lands. The hook lands on Death right here. There's a hook right there, landing right there. That lands clean on Death right there. Bop. Right down the pipe, because Death's turning that way. So that's a kill shot, essentially. Death falls over at exhaustion. Zachary follows up with some ground and pound. And my man Death right here, we gotta get some, he's gotta get some cardio in, man. He's gotta start running. He's gotta start, you know, lifting, doing the strength conditioning program we got him all set up for. He's got to do it, because this will happen every single time if somebody could withstand the storm. Yeah. Absolutely exhausted. And I like that to be more respectful. You had a fight 1 versus 1. She's having the time of her life. She's like, be more respectful. You guys fought like men. Now you gotta just, you know, take that L like a man. All right. That tries to get great punch from Death. But when we look at slow motion, look at this back climb though. Look at this back climb. He has it. Missed those shots. He ate a hook. But you see how the mouthpiece, right? And let's see, when you look at Zachary has a mouthpiece. You see how his mouth is not protruding? He's here. He's not like this, biting down. I think Death should really invest in a mouth. I sent him a very expensive mouthpiece. Orb Sports sent him a mouthpiece, and he lost it, or he hasn't molded his grill to it yet. Right there. The hip thrusting. Perfect from Zachcray. And right here, the right hand, left hook lands. Right hand, left. Drops death. And he follows up and finishes death sentence. So when I walked up to him, he thought I was going to get after him and, you know, hurt him, but I wasn't. But, you know, congrats to Zachcray. I mean, he did everything he could. He did everything he had to beat Death. He said afterwards he wanted the fight to go on longer, but Death got tired. So it is what it is, boys. But I hope you guys enjoyed this breakdown of Zachcray versus Death Sentence. If you guys have not checked out the training arc part 2, do yourself a favor. Take an hour of your day. Sit down, get some popcorn, get some water, and enjoy that beautiful video that me and the producers put together for you guys. So, boys, like, subscribe. Also, hit the bell to know when we go live. Peace.